Intuition and deep perception are two incredibly powerful aspects of human experience. These natural abilities are often felt in our everyday lives, especially when we make decisions that don't rely solely on logic or concrete evidence. Have you ever been in a situation where something just didn't feel right, even though everything seemed perfect on the surface? Or perhaps you've had a moment where you just knew what the right choice was without being able to explain why. That's the power of intuition in action. It's a sense, an inner knowing, that goes beyond what can be logically explained. Think about the last time you felt something was off in a situation, like meeting someone new and instantly feeling either comfortable or uneasy, but having no clear reason for it. You might have been in a meeting where everything looked fine, but your gut told you there was something to be cautious about, and later, you found out that your intuition was right. Or consider a time when you made a major life decision, like taking a new job or moving to a new place, and it just felt right, even though you didn't have all the facts laid out. In these moments, your intuition steps in, guiding you toward choices that your mind may not have fully understood at the time. It's as if there's an invisible force helping you navigate through life. But how do we define intuition? It's not something mysterious or out of reach. Intuition is simply the ability to understand or know something without the need for conscious reasoning. It's our brain processing information at a much faster level than we can consciously recognize, pulling from all our experiences, memories, and instincts to form a response in an instant. It's a skill that all humans possess, and it's often seen as a sense that can be fine-tuned with practice and awareness. Some might wonder how intuition fits into our daily decision-making. We are taught to rely on facts, logic, and data when making important choices. But intuition doesn't always follow the same rules. It's the voice inside that tells you which path to take, even if you can't fully explain why you know it's the right one. For example, you might decide to go down a certain career path, not because it's the most financially rewarding or practical, but because your intuition tells you it's aligned with your true calling, your purpose. Intuition helps us make decisions quickly and confidently, often when there's no time for deep analysis. But let's dive deeper. Have you ever had an experience where intuition led you to make a decision that, in hindsight, was the best choice you could have made? Maybe it was deciding to trust someone when others didn't, or perhaps it was a moment when you acted on a sudden, unexplained impulse that ended up being a life-changing opportunity. These moments are often attributed to that mysterious force we call intuition. It's something that guides us, protects us, and at times even surprises us with how right it can be. Now take a moment and think back to a time when your intuition helped you make a significant decision. Was there ever a situation where you felt an inexplicable pull towards something, and later realized that it was exactly what you needed? Maybe it was a career move that felt right, or a relationship that seemed destined. Whatever it was, intuition can play a critical role in helping us navigate life's uncertainties. It's a powerful tool that we all have access to if we're willing to trust it. So, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt that your intuition led you to make the right choice? Maybe it saved you from a mistake, or maybe it guided you towards something amazing that you didn't even realize was meant for you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear about the moments where your intuition guided you in ways you didn't expect. If you enjoy this topic and want to learn more about how to tap into the power of your intuition, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends so they can benefit from this knowledge as well. And be sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any upcoming videos where we explore even more about the incredible power of our minds and how to live a more intuitive, connected life. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing your stories. Intuition is a powerful and often underappreciated skill that we all possess. It's a natural ability that helps us make decisions, understand situations, and navigate life with a deep sense of knowing. But what exactly is intuition? It's not some mystical or otherworldly force. It's a mental tool we all have, a skill that operates beneath the surface of our conscious mind. At its core, intuition is the ability to process information and make decisions without relying on conscious reasoning. It's that gut feeling or instinctive understanding that seems to come from nowhere, yet guides us with remarkable accuracy. You've probably experienced it many times, whether it's a feeling of unease about a situation, a strong sense of knowing what the right choice is, or the ability to just sense something without being able to explain why. These moments are all examples of intuition at work. Intuition is often misunderstood as something mystical or purely emotional, but it's actually a highly evolved cognitive skill. It's our brain's ability to process information rapidly, even when we don't have the conscious awareness or the time to analyze the situation in depth. When faced with a decision, our brain draws upon a vast store of knowledge, our past experiences, memories, and even patterns we've observed over time, to arrive at a conclusion quickly. This mental process happens so fast that we're often unaware of it, yet it can be incredibly accurate. In essence, intuition allows us to tap into the vast database of experiences and knowledge we've accumulated over the years, even when we're not consciously thinking about it. In the scientific community, research has shown that intuition is not some mysterious force, but rather a complex process of subconscious information gathering. Studies on intuition suggest that our brains are constantly processing information at a subconscious level. This means that when we experience a moment of intuition, our brains have already gathered and analysed information we weren't consciously aware of. For example, when making a quick decision, like choosing which route to take to avoid traffic, our brains process data from various sources, patterns we've seen in previous trips, the current weather, the flow of traffic, and so on. Our conscious minds may not be fully aware of all the factors at play, but our subconscious processes this data and offers us a solution. Research has also shown that intuition plays a role in how we make decisions under uncertainty, or when we lack complete information. In such situations, intuition can often lead us to the right decision more quickly than logical analysis. It's a survival mechanism that has evolved over time to help us respond swiftly to challenges or opportunities. For instance, in moments of danger, we may feel an instinctive urge to flee or take protective action without having time to consciously analyze the threat. This immediate reaction is based on our brain's ability to process patterns and assess risks without needing to deliberate on every detail. But intuition isn't just limited to moments of danger or quick decision-making. It plays a significant role in all areas of our lives. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately sensed the energy of the space? Or met someone new and had an immediate, unexplainable reaction to them? These experiences are all manifestations of intuition. Our brains pick up on subtle cues, body language, tone of voice, facial expressions, that we may not consciously notice, but our subconscious mind processes and interprets them in an instant. This ability to read and respond to these cues is a critical aspect of our intuitive skills. Consider a moment when you had to make a significant decision without all the facts. Perhaps you chose a job offer based on a feeling rather than the hard data, or a relationship that just felt right from the start. You might not have been able to explain exactly why you made the choice, but your intuition guided you to a conclusion that was often more accurate than what logic could have predicted. That's the power of intuition in action, the ability to understand and process complex situations in ways that conscious reasoning can't always match. In fact, many successful people in various fields, from business leaders to athletes, attribute their success, at least in part, to their ability to trust their intuition. Successful entrepreneurs often rely on their gut feeling when making quick decisions in fast-paced environments, where detailed analysis and planning aren't always possible. Athletes, too, develop a deep sense of intuition through practice and experience, allowing them to make split-second decisions during competition based on a combination of instincts and learned knowledge. But what is happening in our brains during these moments of intuition? Studies suggest that our intuition draws on the same neural networks responsible for memory and learning. When we have an intuitive insight, our brain is essentially pulling from the vast repository of experiences we've accumulated throughout our lives. Experiences we may not consciously recall, but which shape our understanding and perception of the world. This is why intuition often feels like a sudden, inexplicable knowing. It's our brain's way of bringing together disparate pieces of information that we've encountered over time and presenting them in a way that guides us. One of the most fascinating aspects of intuition is how it operates below the threshold of our conscious awareness. Often, we don't consciously realize that we're making intuitive decisions, which is why it can feel like a gut feeling or a hunch. The brain works in the background, constantly processing information at lightning speed, and the intuitive insights that arise from this process often feel like they come out of nowhere. It's a seamless blending of past experience, subconscious processing, and the brain's ability to synthesize data into a coherent, immediate response. This subconscious process is also why intuition can sometimes be so accurate, even when there's little to no logical explanation for the choice. Our minds can make connections between seemingly unrelated bits of information, recognize patterns, and detect subtle cues that our conscious mind may not fully appreciate. This ability to draw conclusions from incomplete or ambiguous information is a key strength of intuition. Moreover, intuition isn't something we are born with in a fully developed form. It's a skill that can be honed and strengthened over time. The more we trust our intuition and make decisions based on it, the more confident and accurate our intuitive abilities become. Just like any other skill, practice is essential to improving our intuition. And it's important to remember that intuition doesn't always lead us to the right answer. It's a tool, not a guarantee. But when we learn to recognize and trust it, intuition can be an incredibly powerful asset in both our personal and professional lives. So, what does this mean for you? It means that you have the power to tap into your intuitive abilities, whether you're making decisions in business, relationships, or everyday life. It's not about ignoring logic or facts, but about learning to balance both the analytical and intuitive parts of your brain to make decisions that are both grounded and inspired. If you believe intuition can help you make quick and accurate decisions, hit like and share this video so more people can learn about this hidden power. Intuition is a tool we all have access to, and the more we understand and trust it, the better equipped we are to navigate the complexities of life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep exploring how to unlock the full potential of your intuition and live a more aligned, empowered life. Perception and intuition play a vital role in our lives, often guiding us through decisions that shape our paths. In both big and small moments, we rely on our ability to sense what feels right or wrong, even when we don't have all the answers. From everyday choices to life-altering decisions, intuition is our internal compass, helping us make decisions that are aligned with our true needs and desires. But why is intuition so important? Why do we often find ourselves relying on it, especially when logic alone isn't enough? When it comes to life decisions, intuition often acts as our guiding light, especially when we face uncertainty. Take work, for instance. How often do we make decisions about our careers based on more than just logical factors like salary, job responsibilities, or stability? Many people find themselves drawn to a particular opportunity because something feels right, even if they can't explain why. This feeling could stem from subtle cues that our conscious mind might overlook, but our intuition processes in the background. It might be the vibe of a workplace, the way people interact, or even a gut feeling about the future potential of the job. Sometimes our intuition knows what's best before our logical minds catch up. By learning to trust this instinct, we make decisions that align with our deeper goals and values. Relationships also present situations where intuition plays a huge role. Whether we're choosing a partner, deciding whether to trust someone, or figuring out how to navigate a difficult conversation, intuition provides us with signals that guide us. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant connection, or, conversely, a sense that something wasn't quite right? These reactions are based on our intuition, picking up on subtle cues that we might not consciously recognize. Our bodies and minds are constantly processing information, from body language to the energy of the situation, and our intuition helps us make decisions about relationships quickly and often accurately. In addition to work and relationships, we also rely on intuition in unexpected situations. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us, and we often find ourselves making split-second decisions without all the facts. When there's no time for extensive analysis, our intuition steps in. It helps us assess risks and navigate uncertainty, giving us the confidence to act swiftly. This ability to trust our gut feeling is particularly important in high-pressure situations where there's no room for hesitation. The more we develop our intuitive abilities, the better we become at making decisions under pressure with confidence and clarity. When we trust our intuition, it does more than just guide us toward the right choices. It also helps us build self-confidence and strengthens our connection to our inner wisdom. Confidence comes from within, and when we listen to our intuition, we begin to trust ourselves more. The act of making decisions based on gut feelings reinforces our belief in our own judgment, which in turn increases our confidence. We start to believe in our ability to navigate through life and handle challenges as they come. This self-confidence is crucial in a world where we're often bombarded with external opinions and distractions. When we trust our intuition, we become more centered, more aligned with our true selves, and more able to make decisions that feel authentic. Moreover, intuition helps us stay grounded and connected to our inner wisdom. It serves as a reminder that we don't have to look outside ourselves for answers. We already have the knowledge and understanding we need within us. This connection to our inner wisdom allows us to avoid getting lost in the noise and distractions of everyday life. It helps us stay focused on what truly matters and make choices that are in line with our values, rather than being swayed by external pressures. The more we rely on our intuition, the more attuned we become to our own desires and needs, and the easier it is to follow a path that is truly ours. Let's look at a real-life example of how intuition can play out in everyday situations. Imagine a business person who is attending a conference. There are hundreds of people there, all networking and exchanging business cards. The person is talking to a variety of people, but something about one particular conversation feels different. There's an energy in the room, a sense of alignment that is hard to explain. The business person doesn't have any hard data or concrete facts to go on, but they sense that this connection could lead to an exciting opportunity. They make the decision to follow up with this individual, and later, that conversation turns into a successful business partnership. What's happening here is that the business person's intuition is picking up on subtle cues, the tone of voice, the body language, the energy of the conversation that suggest potential. Even though they couldn't put their finger on it at the time, their intuition guided them toward the right choice. Another powerful example of intuition at work can be seen in the relationship between a mother and her child. A mother might feel a sense of unease or concern about her child, even if the child hasn't said anything is wrong. This feeling is often grounded in intuition, the ability to sense something isn't right before it's verbalized. The mother may instinctively know when her child is upset, stressed, or in danger, and this awareness leads her to take action, whether it's checking in with the child or offering comfort and support. This kind of intuitive knowing is built on years of emotional connection and experience, but it's also something that can't be fully explained by logic. It's the power of a mother's intuition, which often goes beyond what can be seen or heard, tapping into a deeper understanding. These examples show how perception and intuition are essential tools in our daily lives. Whether we're making decisions in business, relationships, or navigating unexpected moments, intuition helps us make choices that are aligned with our true selves. It empowers us to trust ourselves more deeply and confidently, and it strengthens our connection to the wisdom that lies within us. The more we rely on intuition, the more we tap into this power and experience its benefits. So, now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment when your intuition guided you in a decision? Maybe it was a business opportunity that turned out to be perfect, or a relationship where you trusted your gut and it led to something amazing. Perhaps there was a time when your intuition helped you avoid something that didn't feel right. Whatever it was, share your experience with us in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation and learn from each other's intuitive journeys. In our fast-paced, data-driven world, it can be easy to overlook the power of perception and intuition. We are often taught to rely on logic, reason, and analysis when making decisions. While these skills are undoubtedly valuable, there's another layer to decision-making that goes beyond facts and figures: intuition. But how do we develop and strengthen this powerful ability? Fortunately, there are several ways to enhance your perception and intuition, allowing you to tap into your inner wisdom more effectively. The first step in developing your intuition is to pay close attention to your body's sensations. Intuition often manifests physically, through subtle bodily feelings. For instance, you may experience a slight unease in your stomach when something feels off, or you may get a feeling of lightness or warmth when something feels right. These physical cues are your body's way of communicating with you, signaling that something is either in alignment or out of balance. Over time, we learn to ignore these sensations, especially in stressful or busy moments. However, by consciously tuning into these feelings, we can begin to interpret them as intuitive guidance. The more you listen to these bodily sensations, the easier it becomes to differentiate between your intuitive insights and your regular thoughts or emotions. For example, Imagine you're about to make an important decision, like accepting a new job offer. Your mind might be running through the pros and cons, salary, benefits, company culture. But if you pause for a moment, you may notice a slight tightening in your stomach or an unease that lingers in the back of your mind. This physical response could be your intuition telling you that something isn't quite right, even if you can't pinpoint exactly what it is. On the other hand, if you feel a sense of calm or excitement when you think about the opportunity, that might be an indication that it's a decision that resonates with your deeper values. By paying attention to these sensations, you begin to sharpen your intuitive awareness and build a stronger connection with your body's signals. Another powerful way to develop your intuition is by spending time in silence and listening to yourself. In our busy, noisy world, it can be challenging to hear our own thoughts, let alone our intuition. Our minds are constantly flooded with distractions, responsibilities, and external opinions. To cultivate your intuitive abilities, it's important to create space for stillness and reflection. Taking time each day to sit in silence, meditate, or simply be present with your thoughts can help you connect more deeply with your intuition. It's in these quiet moments that your inner wisdom has the space to rise to the surface. When you're still and quiet, you allow yourself to hear the subtle whispers of your intuition. Without the constant chatter of external distractions, it becomes easier to discern what is truly aligned with your deeper desires. Try setting aside a few minutes each day to sit in silence, either through meditation or simply being still with your thoughts. This practice not only helps you become more attuned to your intuition, but also promotes greater self-awareness. As you become more comfortable with silence and reflection, you'll begin to notice how your intuitive insights emerge with clarity, guiding you in your decisions. Allowing yourself to be open to perception is another crucial aspect of strengthening your intuition. Sometimes we become so focused on logic and reasoning that we block out other ways of knowing. We get caught up in trying to figure everything out with our minds, believing that logic is the only path to truth. But intuition often works in ways that don't follow the rules of reason. It's about trusting your feelings, emotions, and gut reactions, even when they don't make sense on paper. Allowing yourself to be open to these intuitive signals means letting go of the need to control every decision and simply trusting what you feel. For example, there may be times when you're faced with a decision and logically there's no clear answer. The facts might be conflicting, or there may be too much uncertainty. In such moments, instead of overthinking or relying solely on logic, try to shift your focus inward. Ask yourself how the decision feels in your body. Notice any gut reactions, subtle shifts in energy, or emotional responses that arise. Trusting your feelings can often provide a clearer sense of direction than overanalyzing the situation. The more you practice this, the more you'll find that your intuition begins to guide you naturally, without the need for endless rationalization. Being open to perception also means embracing the idea that intuition is not always about having all the answers immediately. Sometimes, it's about following the feeling that something is right, even when you don't know exactly why. This ability to trust your instincts is a valuable skill that can guide you through moments of uncertainty and doubt. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that your intuition knows the way, even when your logical mind might be unsure. Finally, one of the most important steps in developing intuition is practice. Just like any other skill, intuition requires consistent effort and attention. The more you consciously tune into your intuitive insights, the sharper and more reliable they become. Start by making small decisions based on your intuition, choosing a restaurant, picking an outfit, or deciding which project to focus on. As you practice trusting your inner guidance, you'll become more confident in your ability to make decisions intuitively, even in more complex situations. With time, intuition will become a natural and powerful part of your decision-making process. It's also important to note that developing intuition doesn't mean you should ignore logic or reason altogether. Both are valuable tools, and when combined, they can lead to more informed and well-rounded decisions. Intuition can guide you when you need to make quick decisions or when logic alone isn't enough. It can also help you fine-tune the decisions you've already made, adding a layer of depth and insight. By learning to balance both intuition and rational thinking, you create a more holistic approach to decision-making. Now that you have a better understanding of how to develop and strengthen your intuition, it's time to put these practices into action. Try practicing these tips and see how they work for you. Pay attention to your body's sensations, spend time in silence, and allow yourself to trust your feelings. With time, you'll begin to notice how your intuition becomes a more powerful and reliable guide in your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. We'll continue exploring ways to tap into the power of your mind, intuition, and perception so you can live a more aligned, empowered life. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to hearing about your experiences with developing your intuition. As we wrap up today's video, let's take a moment to reflect on the power of intuition and perception in our lives. These two abilities are not just passive traits, they're active tools that help us navigate life's complexities, make important decisions, and connect more deeply with ourselves. Intuition is not something mystical or unattainable. It's a natural skill that we all have, and when we learn to trust it, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and more fulfilling experiences. Throughout this video, we've explored how intuition works beneath the surface of our conscious mind, guiding us to make quick decisions based on subtle feelings and insights that we may not always fully understand. We've seen how it helps us trust our instincts in moments of uncertainty, and how it provides a deeper connection to our inner wisdom. The beauty of intuition is that it doesn't need to follow the rules of logic or reasoning. It can show us the way when we least expect it, whether it's choosing the right career path, sensing the energy in a room, or trusting a feeling in our gut. Intuition is always there, guiding us when we need it most. Perception also plays a crucial role in helping us process the world around us. It allows us to pick up on small cues, subtle shifts, and emotional signals that we may not consciously recognize. These perceptions can be a valuable source of information, helping us make decisions that are aligned with our true needs and desires. The more we tune into our perceptions and intuitive insights, the more we begin to see the world in a different way, one that is full of possibilities and guided by our deeper sense of knowing. However, intuition isn't something that just happens on its own. It's something we can develop and strengthen over time. By paying attention to the subtle sensations in our bodies, taking time to be still and reflect, and allowing ourselves to trust our feelings, we can fine-tune our intuitive abilities and make better decisions. Just like any other skill, intuition requires practice and patience. The more we allow ourselves to listen to our gut feelings, the stronger our intuition becomes. It becomes a trusted partner in navigating life's choices, helping us move forward with greater confidence and clarity. As you continue on your journey, I encourage you not only to trust your intuition, but also to take time to nurture and strengthen this ability. The more you practice listening to your inner wisdom, the easier it becomes to make decisions that are aligned with your true self. Trusting your intuition can make life feel less overwhelming and more fulfilling. It can help you avoid distractions, stay grounded in your values, and make decisions that bring you closer to your goals. And as you do so, you'll likely find that you feel more confident in yourself and your choices, knowing that you are trusting the wisdom within you. Remember that intuition is not about having all the answers right away. It's about learning to listen and trust the subtle guidance that's available to you. Life is full of uncertainties, and there will be times when logic alone won't be enough. That's when intuition steps in, offering you clarity when you need it most. By developing this ability, you'll be able to make decisions with more ease and confidence, trusting that you're on the right path. So, as you move forward, take a moment to reflect on your own intuition. When was the last time your gut feeling guided you in a positive direction? How can you start listening to your inner wisdom more often? Take small steps to strengthen your intuition, and over time, you'll begin to notice how much it enhances your life. Trust that you have the answers within you, and remember that intuition is always there to help you navigate the challenges and opportunities that come your way. Before we end, I want to thank you for watching and for being a part of this conversation about the power of intuition and perception. If you found this video helpful and insightful, be sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel to continue receiving the latest content. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on future videos where we dive deeper into personal growth, intuition, and living a more empowered life. Trust your intuition, embrace it fully, and live with more confidence every day. Thank you again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.